Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing my honest thoughts on being 22. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. Okay, recently, very recently, as in today, the day I am filming, I turned 22, and I had a lot of thoughts about this, so I journaled about it, and here are my thoughts. So my first thought is that it's like the upper limit of the 18 to 22 age bracket, so I feel like I'm saying goodbye to my late teens, and that's quite emotional for me, because a lot of stuff happened in my late teens and the last couple of years. Like, the last 4 years has been a period of probably the most change in my entire life, so there's that, and it just feels really sort of poignant to like wrap it all up in like a big package and just sort of say goodbye to it. So that was my first thought. Also kind of linked to that, I'm aware that I only have like a couple of years left in my early 20s, and this is like scary in a way because I feel like time is passing very quickly. I'm sure if you're older than me you'll be like, it gets worse, but I feel like I was only 18 recently, so yikes. In another way that's kind of good because I feel myself like maturing and gaining life experience, so that's good, but at the same time, but I honestly, like, this happens every year, but I honestly don't feel any different. Like, it usually takes after a few months after each birthday for me to be like, oh yeah, I am X age, like, insert age. I also, as, like, a sort of fun little side note, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you will be aware that I have a favourite band that I'm obsessed with. Indeed, I have a tattoo of said band on my arm, and this is the year that I have not one but two Oh Wonder albums referencing my age, specifically 22 Make and 22 Break, which were two parts of the same like project, but they are like two separate albums, and I love both of those albums, so that's great. I also think, in a more serious vein, that this is a time for discovery. Like, I didn't have the chance to explore life much in my teens, so I'm sort of treating my 20s as like a new and improved adolescence, where I actually have like money and eventually a degree, and I actually know what I want and I can do it. I also feel like I'm sort of entering the best years of my 20s, like my prime, as it were. So obviously I'm nearly done with my education, I'm developing my career, I'm about to have my own place to live and my own car, etc, etc, etc. So a lot of sort of gaining independence and just gaining agency to do things, and really sort of growing into my full personality. So I think that's really good. I also think that I'm doing quite well with how I practice self-care. So I've had a lot of chances to develop like my mental self-care, like going to therapy, my physical self-care, so getting better at skincare, improving my style, kind of developing all of that kind of sorts of things like eating well, sleeping well, drinking water. So I feel confident in all of these things and like taking care of myself financially as well. And I feel like I've made quite a lot of progress for someone my age. Not to talk myself up, but talking myself up a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about life expectancy. I looked it up on the ONS, the Office for National Statistics, which has a calculator. I'm going to link it, and some other life expectancy tools. My life expectancy is around 90, considering like when I was born and various other factors. But there's a nearly 14% chance I live to 100, so I've had between 24 and 22% of my life so far. Not quite time for a midlife crisis, like quarter-life crisis yet. But I've only been an adult for like 4 years, and I've only lived away from my hometown for like 2, so I'm basically like a level 4 adult or a level 2 adult, so I feel like that's quite comforting. Still, there's a lot of new stuff to learn, and this is all, again, all quite new to me, so plenty of stuff to like look forward to, I think. I feel quite confident that I'll achieve the goals I set for myself. I feel like I know myself quite well at this point. I know that I work hard, that I have a lot of like clear vision on what I want to achieve. So again, not to talk myself up, but I feel quite confident at this point. And I think that's something that's been really good about my early 20s, is really, really gaining that confidence and trust in myself, which I did not have when I was like 17, 18. I was like so anxious. I mean, I'm still anxious, but at least I know that I can get myself through pretty much any challenge. So there's a confidence that comes with a couple more years of experience, which I think is really, really valuable. Alright, I know this has been a super short video, but these are my sort of honest, raw, unfiltered thoughts on being in my early 20s, and specifically being 22. If you're not really subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Because clearly I'm amazing and I make wonderful content. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and that is all from me. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!